San Diego, California, September 2010.
She sleeps most of the time now.
Got a new girl.
It is 44-year-old caregiver Denise Goodwin's first day at her new job.
Have you cared for many people?
Oh, yes, lots of people.
She was a trustworthy, caring, giving,
I got my diploma.
honest, church-going, reliable, dependable mother and trustee.
Certificate accreditation trustee diploma.
People saw her as a wholesome, bubbly country girl.
I love what I do.
Just the person 88-year-old Gerald Rayborn needs. His wife, Carolyn, has terminal lung cancer.
She was very sick. Gerald took very good care of his ailing wife.
It makes me feel great to think that I can help
But
people.
Gerald can no longer cope alone. When Denise enters their lives, his prayers are answered.
Denise was there to help Gerald with whatever he needed to do for his wife. Make sure the house was running and make sure bills were paid.
She was there to help him in his hour of need. That's what he saw.
Hello. Hello. I brought a helper with me today. This is my friend Tim. Tim, this is Gerald.
Denise goes beyond the call of duty, not just caring for Carolyn, but looking after Gerald too.
Why do we need a helper?
Well, because I'm going to get you out of the house.
Yeah, you go.
Denise went out of her way to befriend and be close to Gerald Rayborn.
We're going to take you out on the town. Here. Have fun.
She took Gerald places, like to the bank, to the store.
Gerald, you need to sign this, please.
When Gerald discovers Denise is a trustee, a person licensed to manage the affairs of the elderly, he makes her a signatory of his bank accounts.
Are we good?
Gerald was convinced that Denise Goodwin was going to be someone he could trust to help with his financial affairs.
Gerald asked me to see about getting Carolyn's name off the joint account.
Much to the surprise of his
How is
friends.
she on the phone to your bank?
I told you, she's my angel.
He was very frugal with his money.
Don't worry.
And he trusts Denise to be too.
Gerald Rayborn thought that Denise Goodwin was just wonderful, that she was going to be able to do everything for him, and he didn't have to pay anything for it.
On September 29th, 2010, Gerald needs support more than ever. His wife passes away. The ordeal of sorting out Carolyn's estate is left to Denise.
The probable reason Mr. Rayburn would let a stranger get involved in his finances is because he was grief-stricken and he trusted her.
After losing his wife, Gerald asks Denise to stay on.
Can I help you?
We need to speak to Gerald Radbourne.
He doesn't want to lose his angel, too. He assures adult protective authorities he's in good hands.
Thanks to my angel.
Okay.
He thought that she was his angel.
In fact, just 3 weeks after Gerald buries his wife, he's in Las Vegas. Denise breaks the news to his family.
Oh, no, Gerald has met someone and they're off in Las Vegas.
Denise explained that he had met someone new.
Yeah. Oh, he's very happy.
He had run away with a woman named Carmen and wanted to be left alone.
Okay, yeah. If I hear from him, I'll definitely let him know. Okay, take care. Bye.
Jerry would eventually call them when he saw fit, when he was ready to do so.
4 months go by without any contact. Gerald misses family celebrations, including his daughter's birthday.
I guess the breaking point for her was when she didn't get the birthday card that she got every year of her life that her father never missed.
She files a missing persons report. And Denise is happy to help the police.
Denise said that Gerald and his new wife were in Mexico. That, of course, again, seems suspicious to the family members. They didn't think that he would take off and run to another country with a person they didn't know.
Investigators can't find any trace of Gerald in Mexico, Vegas, or any city.
The last time he was in contact with anyone was October 21st, 2010.
All signs of life for Gerald Rayburn ceased that afternoon.
And that's not all that's vanished.
Mr. Rayburn let his guard down.
San Diego, California. Before 88-year-old Gerald Rayburn disappears, he describes Denise Goodwin as an angel. An angel who he trusts to take care of his health and wealth.
Thank you.
She is following in the footsteps of her mother, a licensed trustee.
That's one of the ethical standards.
But there's a crucial difference. Denise takes a shortcut.
Denise wanted to be a conservator and trustee, but that takes training and education. She lasted 2 days. She wanted the title, but she didn't want to do the work.
Instead, she steals her mother's credentials.
Denise Goodwin took those diplomas and forged her name on them, and then was able to use those diplomas to represent that she had actually gone through the courses that her mother had attended. She had her own business cards made up that said Denise Goodwin, trustee.
So chicken?
Armed with forged documents, she sets out on a career of embezzlement.
How about some carrot? You like carrot? Yeah?
Starting with 95-year-old Seward Norris.
Oh, this looks delicious.
When Denise was put in charge of Mr. Norris's health care, she won the lottery.
Seward, I have some paperwork for you to sign for me.
Okay.
It's just a little document, and I'm gonna take care of the rest, okay?
Seward suffers from dementia. It's easy for Denise to convince him to sign documents.
Very well done.
Mr. Norris had a number of old life insurance policies, and what Denise Goodwin did is she created the surrender forms with Mr. Norris's signature on it, and that resulted in a $44,000 payout from the life insurance company.
Denise deposits the money in a joint bank account she's opened for Seward and herself. Then she goes on a spending spree.
She used it to buy an off-road vehicle, to pay off her pickup truck, pay her taxes, to pay her credit card bills. Within about 3 weeks, the $44,000 was gone.
She wanted to be rich, but she didn't want to earn the money.
Seward Norris passes away without ever realizing he's been robbed. To Denise, the elderly seem like easy pickings.
Denise saw how easy it was to scam and cheat an old and sick person. She developed a taste for it, like a wild animal going after a human.
Someone to see you.
Oh, hi, I'm Denise.
Her
I'm
next
here to
victims
help you.
are Gerald and Carolyn Rayburn. They have no idea who Gerald's angel will turn out to be.
The Rayburns were sitting ducks for someone like Denise.
On the very day his wife dies, Denise strikes, taking control of Gerald's finances when he's at his most vulnerable.
All of the money from Carolyn's accounts were transferred into the joint account that Denise Goodwin had created with her name on it, with Gerald Rayborn.
The fact that Denise transferred almost $45,000 from Mr. Rayburn's account into their new joint account on the day his wife died speaks to her callousness.
Her greed doesn't stop there. When Gerald disappears, she ups the ante.
Denise was able to get documents signed to take control of his house.
Denise was probably feeling pretty comfortable and pretty good that she'd gotten away with it.
There's just one thing Denise hasn't counted on: bank security.
You're done.
Easy.
Yeah, you're a professional.
Denise didn't understand the concept of following the money. Law enforcement, investigators, banks, they can follow the money. Wire transfers are traceable.
When the police turn their attention to Denise, she panics and races to sell off Gerald's assets.
Toward the end of January, the residence is sold, and Denise Goodwin is paid $350,000 in a check made out to her as trustee.
The police discover Denise has stolen a total of $600,000 from the Rayborns. They arrest her as she tries to leave the country.
She was found boarding an airplane headed off to what she told police was a European vacation. She was about to get an extended vacation in a California prison.
To this day, Denise hasn't admitted murdering Gerald, but police are convinced she did.
She had complete control. She didn't need him around anymore.
He did die somehow at the hands of Denise Goodwin. She was the one who had actively taken control of his assets, so she had reason to kill him. She had motive.
Although Gerald's body is never found, Denise is charged with numerous fraud offenses and first-degree murder.
Denise was a careful murderer. She planned and she took time, and she got rid of the body. Perhaps she thought, no body, no case. She was wrong.
In 2014, Denise Goodwin is sentenced to life with no chance of parole. But her conviction brings little closure for Gerald's family.
It's bad enough to lose a loved one, but to lose a loved one and not know what happened, not have a body to bury, not have an ending to that story of how he lost his life. That was obviously very distressing.
Gerald thought he had found an angel, but her sweet exterior disguised Denise's heart of stone.
Denise was no different than any other psychopath in that she thought she could cover everything up and lie her way out of it.
In 2012, 17-year-old Jonathan Hoffman is a high school senior in Detroit, Michigan.
He was an average, good teenage kid. He liked computers, online games, he loved cars, he'd never been in any trouble, and he loved his family.
He's living with his grandmother, 74-year-old Sandra Lane.
Chocolate chip?
You done your homework yet?
Soon.
A retired teacher,
Now.
Sandra's determined to see her grandson graduate. Jonathan's sister is seriously ill at home in Arizona.
You got it.
Can I have a cookie now?
So Sandra's happily agreed to have him live with her.
I promise.
Good.
When Jonathan first arrived there, it was apparent that Sandra seemed delighted by this. She wanted to take care of him. She adored her grandson.
But things soon start to change. Jonathan's no longer her cute little boy.
He started hanging out with a certain group of kids. They were hanging out late at night. They've been into this synthetic marijuana, spice.
It's a recipe for trouble.
Jonathan! Open this door right now. Jonathan!
Sandra signed up for her sweet, loving, devoted, good grandson. But that's not what she got.
Turn down a bit.
What she got was a troubled teen.
Happy?
What are you doing in there?
Nothing.
To her husband, Fred, the teenager's behavior is a red flag.
He needs to go back to his parents.
No, he doesn't. I can handle him.
But Sandra still thinks she can control her grandson.
You wouldn't listen to their authority at times. Kind of a tough situation for them. It does seem like they kind of bit off more than they could chew.
Jonathan becomes increasingly rebellious. One night, he experiments with magic mushrooms. But it goes dangerously wrong.
Magic mushrooms can give distortions of perceptions. Sometimes euphoria, sometimes panic and agitation, something known as a bad trip.
He was hallucinating. He was not in good shape at all. He knew he was in trouble.
I think I'm dying. Help me.
Jonathan is rushed to the ER.
You could have killed yourself.
I know.
Worried that he's out of control, his mother races from Arizona to be by his side.
Eat your food.
Mom wants him in rehab.
So what's the story?
We found a place in Utah.
He is not going to rehab.
Mom, he's going.
Over my dead body.
But Sandra digs in her heels.
Sandra Lane would have no part of that. She said, "You are not taking Jonathan. Over my dead body will you put him in that facility."
Eat it. Eat it.
Why wouldn't a woman want her troubled, drug-using grandchild to get help? Perhaps Sandra thought that because she had been a teacher and she was Jonathan's grandmother, that she knew best.
More.
And maybe she simply wanted to control him.
When they return home, Sandra resolves to show Jonathan who's boss.
You're sure you don't want me to stay away?
Take the dog for a walk. I'll handle this. Get up. Get up.
Every time that Sandra would send her husband out of the house to walk the dog,
Your behavior in this house is unacceptable.
it would be because of an argument between the two, and Jonathan would get pretty loud.
You're not my mother.
No.
Their arguments become increasingly heated and ugly.
Can you just get out of my room, please?
Andrew!
Just go. Go take the dog for a walk.
You would think she had so many reasons to send him back to his parents or have him put in a facility, but no, she was determined. She was going to control this boy, and he was going to do what she told him to do, period.
Don't you dare touch me!
I'll touch you as much as I like.
She wouldn't let go.
Do you hear me? You got it?
Sure.
It's not unusual for teenagers to not respect older people, even their own grandparents. But grandparents have far less control on a child than their own parents do. And that was the case in this household.
Less than a week after Jonathan's drug overdose, he's in trouble again. He's caught red-handed.
So, at this point, things are really kind of going wrong for him in a lot of ways. The possession of marijuana put him on probation.
To compound matters, drug-related teenage violence is on the rise in the neighborhood.
That really unsettled Sandra Lane even more. And she'd always been one to overreact to situations. And so she got afraid. She got very afraid.
So afraid, she takes action.
Get out of my room!
This is my house. While you're in my house, you will do as I say.
Retired teacher Sandra Lane is used to controlling others.
Okay, it's no wonder that Mom hates you.
Do not bring your mother into this.
But her grandson Jonathan won't listen.
I'll touch you as much as I like.
Jonathan's behavior was escalating, and the grandparents were not equipped to deal with it.
Sandra decides to take out some insurance.
She got a gun and she learned how to shoot it.
Squeeze the trigger.
Sandra Lane seemed to think that trouble was right around the corner, and she was going to be ready for it.
But she doesn't tell a soul.
She had an agenda. Perhaps she was afraid that Fred would say, "We're not living in the house with a gun." But perhaps it was something else.
On May 18th, 2012, Jonathan undergoes a drug test, part of his probation.
The night before, Jonathan had once again done some spikes. Why he was that stupid, I don't know. I can only say he was a teenager and they don't look for consequences quite often.
Inevitably, he tests positive. When Sandra picks him up, he's in hot water.
The consequences of failing a drug test were very real. It meant he was going to jail.
You're not going to Arizona.
If I don't go to Arizona, I'm gonna go to jail.
You're going to jail if you leave Michigan, you idiot.
He didn't want to do that. He wanted to run away to Arizona, back to Mama and Papa.
Just give me some goddamn money!
Get off! Get off!
She said no.
Get off, will you?
Absolutely not.
Look, I've just about had enough of you. Just grow up.
Or what?
You just wait and see, okay?
Jonathan is determined to leave,
Jonathan!
but nobody defies Sandra.
What's going on?
Take the dog for a walk.
Sandra looked like a sweet suburban grandmother. But that wasn't the whole story. She could be dictatorial, controlling, and sadistic. Rather than let him walk out the door, she took action.
Jonathan's staying one way or another.
Sandra said she went and got the gun to make Jonathan listen. When someone brings out a gun to make a point, someone's going to die.
She shot him. Here's Grandma. Grandma who used to pick him up and take him out to get an ice cream cone. Grandma who was always there. And she shot him again.
No!
got out of the bathroom. She shot him in the bedroom.
I warned you.
Miraculously, Jonathan's still alive. Sandra leaves, but not to get help. To reload.
Jonathan was terrified. He was feeling pain. The smell of gun smoke hung in the air, ears ringing from the retort.
Sandra's gone for 3 minutes. 3 minutes in which the teenager frantically tries to save his life. He calls 911, begging them to hurry.
I've been shot. My grandma shot me.
It must have been a horrific time for him. A time of terror, betrayal, and agony.
At this point, he's starting to lose blood pressure. He's bleeding profusely. He's feeling faint.
I'm gonna die.
Jonathan prays the police reach him before his grandma does.
She's coming. She's coming.
His grandmother came back up the steps, hunting him with the gun like a caged animal.
She shot me again.
Police arrive to the sound of gunfire. Tragically, they're just too late.
17 and gone. Because one of the people in his life that he should have been able to trust with every fiber of his being, that woman, his grandmother, shot him dead.
Sandra surrenders to the police.
I shot my grandson.
Put the gun on the floor.
But she claims self-defense.
Where is he?
He's just up there, up the stairs.
She was concerned that he was going to get his hands on the gun. There was kind of a struggle at one point, at least her version of the events, and she was very concerned that she was going to be the one to die.
But her story unravels as soon as investigators listen to Jonathan's 911 call.
The 911 operator listens to his last words, hears his last breath. Jonathan died, with Sandra still talking in the background.
The recording ensures Sandra Lane is convicted of murder. In March 2013, she's sentenced to a minimum of 22 years in prison.
She could have walked out, simply left, but she shot him some more. That's not self-defense. That's murder.
Sandra Lane could not tolerate Jonathan challenging her authority.
Here was a woman who wanted control and would not tolerate the slightest defiance of her will. For that, Jonathan Hoffman died.
(1999) Mexico City. 40-year-old Juana Barraza is a single mom with her hands full.
Now we clean your shoes.
Having just one child as a single mother is difficult enough. She had 4.
Always unlucky in love, Juana's 4 children, aged 21 to 6, have multiple fathers.
She worked very hard to take care of her children and provide a stable environment for them.
Juana worked as a street vendor. She sold gelatin and socks, that kind of thing.
She was really struggling to provide something for her children. And if you really work hard, you can make something of yourself.
Madre, I'm going out.
No, but I need your help on the street.
Can I help you later?
But in the 1990s, the streets are more dangerous than usual. A serial killer is targeting women. Mexico City is gripped by fear.
They feared for their loved ones, they feared for grandma.
It was quite clear this person had a grudge against women of a certain age.
Dubbed La Mata Viejitas, the old lady killer, eludes police for years.
The police believed they were looking for a man, perhaps a man dressed as a woman, someone very big and strong that was killing these people.
Juana lives in the area where the killer strikes. But she's a strong woman.
She could do 220 pounds for 10 reps each. That's an enormous amount of weight for upper body for women.
I think as she became more physically fit and stronger, that made her feel more powerful, not just physically, but psychologically.
At night, the devoted mom disappears. Juana morphs into a star of the wrestling ring, known as the Silent Lady.
A conservative woman, not particularly feminine, but when she puts on this pink wrestling costume with the butterfly, it's kind of girly. And I think that appealed to her. And it was a chance to act out.
Ladies, we're gonna have a fair fight. Ready? Ready? Here we go. Uno, dos, tres.
Suddenly, she was somebody. And she knew that she could win. And she could make money for her family at the same time.
Her mask hides more than her identity. She has secrets.
She went to the dark side. She liked being the bad guy. She liked being the tough person. Because deep in her heart, she had a lot of anger.
In the late 1990s, Juana Barraza is one of Mexico's heroes, at least in the wrestling ring, where she's known as the Silent Lady. But her fans have no idea of her deep secret, her childhood.
Juana's mother was a very dysfunctional individual. She was a teenage alcoholic and a prostitute.
What do you feel like today?
You know.
Juana's childhood was fraught with abuse and severe neglect by her own mother.
What do I get out of it?
Those 3 beers?
Juana, come here.
When Juana is just 12 years old, her mother sells her to a man, not for money, but for 3 beers.
Her mother gave her away. I'd rather have the 3 beers than my daughter. It was permanent.
Turn around. Okay, go.
He became her abuser. She became his sex slave. And her mother put her in that position.
You're going with him. No! Yes, you are. Come on. You're old enough.
Peddled and abandoned, Juana's childhood slams shut.
You can imagine a person's self-esteem, how they would be totally destroyed as a human being.
For decades, Juana's rage bubbles inside.
Shut up!
Until she decides to get revenge. But there's one problem. Her mother is dead. So she starts taking her anger out on random mother figures.
She's just going to start killing her mother over and over again.
For Juana, it was all about being seen as a tough girl, a tough woman, which is the exact opposite of her childhood. She was weak and small and dominated and abused and neglected.
Juana never feared the old lady killer because she is La Mata Viejitas. Juana hides in plain sight. The police think the killer must be a powerful man because all the victims are strangled.
It's very difficult to strangle someone. For a person to do that, to commit that kind of a crime and use what was at hand, I don't think anyone could fault the police for immediately thinking it was a man.
No one suspects it could be a female wrestler.
It's a perfect storm. When you have someone trained in a ring to attack people, and you transfer that energy into rage, it's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for murder.
Even with the city on high alert,
I'm a community nurse working in the area. I was wondering if I could talk to you.
innocent-looking Juana is invited into homes.
She would have posed as a nurse or as a welfare worker. She showed care and concern for them.
I'm visiting the elderly in the area.
She looked so conservative that there was no reason for anyone to suspect her.
For one, this was low-hanging fruit. These were easy targets.
She used some wrestling moves on the woman, and then she strangled her.
There are material rewards, but this is about something more. Payback.
Juana robbed all of her victims, but she didn't have to kill them. She did that because she liked it.
Her reign of terror only comes to an end on January 25th, 2005. Juana follows 82-year-old Ana Maria de los Reyes home from the market.
Juana asked her if she could come in and have a glass of water.
Turning your back on Juana is inviting disaster.
Juana, again, strangled her. She strangled her with a stethoscope.
Juana got two things out of her crimes. Number one, a few dollars. Number two, the thrill of killing a little old lady. She was punishing all those women for the sins of her mother.
But this time, Juana slips up.
Unfortunately for her, she chose her victim not realizing that there was a boarder living in the house. And the boarder came in at the last minute and saw her leaving.
So he ran after he started shouting for the police.
Juana is finally caught, just like one of her wrestling victims. With her secret now exposed, the silent lady is happy to talk.
She couldn't wait to tell the crowd that she was responsible, that she was the one who had been killing little old ladies. She was proud of it.
One of Mexico's most infamous serial killers is finally unmasked. In March 2008, Juana Barraza is convicted of 11 homicides. But how many old women she actually killed is still being debated.
Maybe you need some help? Around the house, I can help you.
There's quite a variation in how many victims Juana actually did have. Anywhere from 10 to 16, and some even say up to 40, between the ages of 64 and 82.
I think she got away with a lot of murders that she was never held responsible for.
Juana is sentenced to 759 years in prison.
She'll never be released because no politician will ever want to be connected to the woman who was a serial killer and been released back into the population, no matter what age she is.
Juana still blames her abusive mother for her actions.
I think that was Juana's way of saying, look, I did a bad thing, but it's not all my fault. These other people have responsibility for it too.
Juana wore a mask that hid her true nature.
Which one was the real Juana? All of them.